Hello, welcome to this edition of Rowland Sports. I'm Tyler Rowland, and with me is Michael Manser of Virginia Academy. Michael, let's talk a little bit about your game and your development over the summer. How's that been going?
I just want to say thank you for having me. I would say I've made lots of strides in development this year. I feel like mainly I've been focusing on developing my outside game more. Traditionally, because of my size, I've been looking at more as like a traditional 4 or 5 even. But I feel like I really spent time in the gym and with my coaches trying to develop my 3-point game, my mid-range, stuff like that. And I also feel like overall I've just gotten stronger over the years and being in the weight room, stuff like that.
Yeah, and I understand that you've also had a big summer playing AAU. Talk about your team and what you've been doing on that end.
Yeah, I play with New World through SSB, and we've been very, very successful. Overall, it's been a really good experience playing with them, and they've taught me so much, and I'm really thankful to be part of that program.
And let's talk a little bit about your coaches at Virginia Academy and what you like about playing for them.
I would say I love my coach, Kyle Hamilton. He gives me a lot of freedom to play the game that I'm meant to play in college. Because before I used to be at public school, and again, because of my size again, they traditionally use me more as like a traditional big, but I'm only 6'8". That's not going to be a college big. So my coach really, really made sure that I've been playing at my actual college position, and I'm really thankful for that. And I feel like I've been really focused on the fundamentals too, learning the wing and guard position.
What has that transition been like for you, just being 6'8"? I could just see that even at 6'8" being a little bit challenging for somebody, just going from being that's relied on dumping it to you for an easy bucket, to rather going to the outside and all the cuts and moving around.
I would say it has been a little difficult at times, that transition. I feel like last year's season was mostly a developmental year, getting used to that position, but I would say at this point, I would say maybe only my ball handling is something that I feel like I really need to get to that high level standard to be a fully fleshed out wing.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say when it comes to understanding defense, positioning, and just know how to score and get buckets in my hands, I feel like I've really fleshed that out in the past year doing that transition.
Mm-hmm. And let's talk a little bit about the weight room. You mentioned that early on, and talk about the importance of that, because you see a lot of athletes, even very good athletes, kind of tend to shut that on.
I feel like the weight room is the most important thing in basketball. I feel if I take maybe a week where I'm not lifting, I come back and I don't feel myself. I don't feel like I can bang the same way or I can explode. I feel like when you weightlift, it not only prevents injuries over time, I feel like it just makes you all around more explosive as a better player. Because I feel like it mostly affects the intangible of basketball, being able to explode and get deflection, being able to box out hard, all those types of things. Same with your guy. I feel like the best way to improve on that is getting in the weight room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and some questions for the fan base to get to know you better, Michael. First off, I know that this can change and change with me, but talk about if you were to pick a major right now, would you be decided?
I would say pre-med is probably the major I'm leaning to the most. I would say I've taken some college biology classes.
Oh wow!
And I've really loved it, and I feel like I make a good amount of money, so I kind of want to catch in on that. Yeah, but that's probably the major I'm most leaning toward.
So you graduate in 2025, and you've already got college credit.
Yeah, I do.
Wow, that's pretty cool. And talk about in the classroom maybe an accomplishment you have plus that you're involved.
Probably my most major school accomplishment I'm proud of right now is being part of Math Honor Society. I love math. So I'd say I just finished Calculus 1 as a sophomore, so I really love it. And I also feel like the classroom teaches me a good amount about basketball. Being able to switch your mind towards something and be able to understand what goes on through the classroom helps me understand in the nick of time, what's going on with the play, what coverage to do, what guy. It helps me think critically in the moment. And that's why I would say that classroom is another really important thing that you have to take into consideration.
Mm-hmm. And what's maybe a cool hobby or a pet or something you have, some kind of neat fact about yourself maybe that not many people know?
I really like golf. At my first hole won a month ago. I definitely I had no business hitting that shot. I'm still getting better at it. You know, only half my shots go in the air, but you know, I had a lucky moment. What can I say?
Yeah, and lastly, Michael, are there any shout outs you'd like to give?
Shout out to my girlfriend Amelia.
All right. That's awesome, man. Well, Michael, we thank you for being on, and we thank you all for watching this episode of Rolling Sports, where you meet the action.